Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And for those just joining for the first time, I'm Phil, the eDiscovery geek. And today, we'll be tackling one of the starting points of the EDRM, legal hold and preservation. As you may know, eDiscovery is all about finding, collecting, and producing electronic data in legal matters. But before you can find anything, you have to make sure it's available. That's where the critical process of legal hold and preservation comes in. And who better to explain the importance of gathering and holding on to important things than my pal, Zippy the Squirrel. Take it away, Zippy.
Thanks, though. And hi, everybody. I'm Zippy. And let me tell you, when you're a squirrel, you know all about the importance of holding on to what you'll need for later. And it's no different when it comes to preserving legal documents. So let's chat about what's involved in this process. In eDiscovery, a legal hold is the official instruction to stop deleting or altering anything that might be relevant to a potential lawsuit. Think of it like a big red stop sign for data deletion. Failing to put a hold on data can lead to spoliation, which is the destruction, alteration, or failure to preserve electronically stored information, which is a big legal no-no. It can mean sanctions, fines, and even losing your case. And just like I wouldn't want to lose my winter stash, you don't want to lose your case. Once the hold is issued, the goal is preservation. That means actively making sure that all potentially relevant ESI, that's electronically stored information, is both safe and secure. One very exciting way to tie all this together is with my favorite process. It's the A.C.O.R.N Method of preservation. A is for archiving. We need to take the active data and move it to a secure, long-term location. Like moving my favorite acorns from the ground into my tree trunk. Archiving helps keep data from being overwritten or deleted in its original spot. C is for collecting. Once we know where the data is, we need to gather it up. This is the methodical process of getting the data off the custodian systems. This can include emails, documents, chats, and even social media. Everything that is relevant to the case must be collected. O is for organizing. You can't just have a messy pile of acorns lying around. Data needs structure. Organizing helps us sort and process the collected data, so it's searchable and easy to work with later. In organizing the data, we are preparing it for the next stages of eDiscovery. R is for retrieving or restoration. Sometimes the relevant data is on a backup tape or in an older archive system. If we need it, we have to retrieve it and bring it back to a usable format. This is like digging up an old stash of acorns. And finally, N is for notifying. This is perhaps the most important part of the legal hold. Once the litigation starts, all relevant individuals, the custodians, must be formally and clearly notified of their obligation to preserve the data and acknowledge that they understand these obligations under the hold. So remember, preserving evidence is as important to the legal process as storing nuts is to a squirrel. It's all about A.C.O.R.N, archiving, collecting, organizing, retrieving, and notifying. Stay vigilant in your efforts and keep your digital data and your winter stash secure. Zippy out!
Wow, that was a fantastic breakdown, Zippy. A.C.O.R.N is a great way to remember those essential steps. The key takeaway here is timeliness and defensibility. A legal hold must be issued immediately upon the trigger, the moment a party reasonably anticipates litigation. And the entire process must be defensible, meaning you can prove you took reasonable steps to preserve the data. Now, let's talk about a few crucial elements of a legal hold. Who is responsible? The hold identifies the custodians, the people who possess the relevant ESI. This could be employees, contractors, or former personnel. What data is covered? The hold clearly defines the scope of preservation. It's not just work emails. It can be text messages, cloud files, even paper documents. How long does it last? The hold remains in effect until the litigation, investigation, or audit is officially resolved and a formal release notice is issued. You can't just stop preserving because the lawsuit had a quiet month. The legal hold interview. Good preservation often involves interviewing the custodians to understand what data they have and where they keep it. This is a critical step in making the preservation effort defensible. So to wrap it up, the legal hold is the instruction and preservation is the action, as demonstrated by the A.C.O.R.N process. Getting these steps of eDiscovery right is absolutely essential to every step that follows. Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, be sure to turn on your notifications so you can know when we'll be dropping more eDiscovery content. Have a topic you would like us to tackle next? Well, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.